Hi, my topic is should boys and girls attend the same schools? They should. My thesis today will be boys and girls should attend the same school so that they can be on the same level intellectually. My first topic is, my first point is there are many disadvantages to boys and girls being separated by schooling. But many parents think that their students need to be sent to an all-girls school or an all-boys school, but being in separate schools is bad for the students because in the future, kids will need to be social with both of the genders. And if they haven't really been exposed to each other in a professional setting, that will set their social skills back. So when they try to get a job and if you're like a female and your employer is a male, you'll be kind of like out of place because you've never been exposed to a male before. Not only do they need to know how to like not be shy, they will also have jobs that will be employed with both genders. And the lack of exposure will not be good for them in their adult life. Because in their adult years, when you have a job, they don't just hire all girls or hire all boys. They're boys and girls in the same job. And kids need to be put in the schools with both genders attending the school. Boys and girls need to learn at the same pace as each other so that both genders can achieve the same goals in life if they so choose to do so. Girls have a Sometimes girls have a good influence on boys, which will help boys set higher goals than to just be football stars or basketball stars, or to just go, maybe they can reach for like academic scholarship that they wouldn't have if they weren't in competition with the girls about on the academic level. So I have some points I have some opinions that I got from debate.org, and these state that the first one is when they're out of college and they have a job, it's not going to be separated by gender. They need to learn how to communicate with the opposite gender because otherwise their work life could be a lot more difficult than it normally would be if they had attended a co-ed school. My next point is co-education benefits students way more than keeping them in separate classes. It's true that students will probably get better results in a single-sex class among people having similar learning styles, but the focus must be on the overall development of the student. In the real world, one does not compete only with candidates of its own sex. They compete with everyone, every sex, boys and girls. Hence, they must be kept in the same class so that they are able to work on their skills to match up on the level of the other sex. In this way, they will simultaneously excel in all fields. Moreover, students are also better at socializing with and understanding the people irrespective of their gender. And also, we live in a world where the sexes are living side by side. There's no just girls and just boys. There's girls and boys. And why should we separate them in classes in school? Secondly, why make our children think that boys and girls are different? Because they're not different. They can achieve the same things and excel at the same things in all fields. And also, they should not be in different classes because later relationships, like being a girlfriend or boyfriend, would be awkward. If they thought they knew each other well enough to get married, it would be even more awkward living with a boy if you are a girl. But if you are a boy, it would be weird living with a girl because you've never been exposed to a girl in that sort of way. I have a video here that explains some of my points.
Hello, my name's Liz, and in this lesson I'd like to look at the topic of education, as specifically co-educational schools. The first one is that having boys and girls together in the same classroom creates competition between the genders. So it creates a competitive learning environment. And as a result, this means that both the girls and the boys are more driven. They're more motivated to compete and succeed against each other. This can often mean better results. Another point.
So what she's saying in the video is them being in the same school will build competition between the sexes so that they will try to excel on the same level and try to both succeed. Another point that she stated as well is students are more driven to excel beyond the boys or excel beyond the girls. Like, that's a good friendly competition that can only end in good results because they're both achieving they're both trying to achieve better than the other sex. Another point that she did not get to was they develop teamworking skills with the opposite sex. So now that they've been exposed to a boy and a boy has been exposed to a girl, they will know how to work with each other in the real world when it comes to it. And another point is it mirrors the real world. Like, in the real world, there's not just boys and girls, they're boys and girls mixing with each other. And another point was communication and understanding between the genders. So now that they've been exposed to each other, they can communicate well, and they can just communicate well with each other, and they can also understand each other because they've been exposed to each other for so long. Another point is boys and girls have different perspectives. So if you've only been exposed to one perspective, you don't really see the world from both eyes. When you get older, you need to see the world from a boy's perspective and a girl's perspective. Even if, like, I am a girl, I know how to think at a boy's level, or ask myself hey, okay, this is something that a boy would do, or something like that. And then the last point is they learn and benefit from each other. So since they learn and benefit from each other, they will know how each other learn, and how they can coexist with each other and things of that sort. So my call to action would be that boys and girls should not be sent to schools separated by gender by their parents. The main point is this will not benefit them at all, because in their future lives they will need to know about boys, and boys will need to know about girls, so they can exist as one, and so they can also learn from each other. My closing statement is boys and girls need to be in the same school so that they can influence each other in a good way and help them prepare for their future, so that they can be ready in the future to take things headstrong and not be intimidated when a boy comes around a girl, or when a girl comes around a boy. So they will remain strong. And thank you.